Hi, my name is Kristen Jones. This is task 13, vaginal smear and cytology. I'm going to be using Lua today. There's Lua. She's our patient. I'm going to start off by moistening my swab with some saline. Okay. I'm going to reposition the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Good job. Okay, good job, Lua. Okay, got a swab from Lua. She was not so happy about that. But she's doing okay. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the swab that I got from Lua and I'm going to roll it onto my slide. And 2 layers there. Okay. I'm going to dry this slide by waving it in the air gently. Just reposition one more time. I'm going to pause for a moment while I get my notebook so I know what it is, what step I'm supposed to do next. So 1 second. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stain my slide. It's dry now and I'm going to start by doing 10 1-second dips in each of my 3 stains. Okay, I'm done staining. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my slide off. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a few moments and then I'm going to come back and take a look at it under the microscope. Okay, so the slide's dry and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it under the microscope. Starting off with our 10 times objective, just to get a general scan of the slide. I'm going to turn it up to my 40. And I'm noticing what seems to be quite a bit of bacteria in the sample, so I'm going to go ahead and check it out under my oil immersion lens. So I'm going to take a drop of our immersion oil with a pipette, and I'm going to put it on the slide. Seeing quite a few neutrophils as well. I'm seeing some parabasal cells and a few intermediate cells. I'm going to go ahead and take a few moments to talk about the different stages of the estrus cycle and the types of cells that you can expect to find during each of those stages. Hi, okay, so during the stages of the estrus cycle, there are 4 main types of cells that you might see. The parabasal cells, the intermediate cells, the superficial cells, and the anuclear cells. And in addition to that, you might see some red blood cells, you might see some neutrophils, depending on what stage of the cycle that the dog is at. First stage I'll mention is anestrus. You're going to see intermediate and parabasal cells are going to be the dominant cells present. You might see some neutrophils, and usually you're not going to find during anestrus any superficial cells, or if you do, they're going to be very small numbers. Now in proestrus, you start to see a shift. So you're going to start to see fewer of the intermediate and parabasal cells and a few more of the superficial cells. Usually you're going to see during proestrus, you're going to see large numbers of red blood cells and large numbers of bacteria during that time. During estrus, you're going to see almost just without any question, you're going to see mostly all superficial cells and anuclear cells. That's going to be the predominant cell, almost exclusively. So, and then in diestrus, that stage of the cycle is marked by the drop, a really quick drop in the number of superficial cells that you'll see, and the introduction again of the intermediate and the parabasal cells. Those come back into play during that stage of the cycle. So that's what you can expect to see when you're doing your cytology on vaginal smears. And that, I think that concludes task number 13. Thanks. Oh, I forgot to show you. I have all these, I have pictures. So worried about telling you about it that I forgot to show you. So this is my anestrus photo. Okay, that's what you might see on the cytology. Proestrus is going to look more like this. You see the large numbers of bacteria present. Estrus is going to look like this. These cells are really easy to spot. Okay. And diestrus looks like this. Okay. And that actually concludes task number 13.